At that point, you see what he was trying to do. Like, if you didn't see it already, you seen at that point, or the 60s.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's real. I ain't never thought about it.
I don't know. But it was a good scene.
Welcome back to Back in the Days. We're going to go right into it. Today we're talking about Remember the Titans. So, we all know Denzel Washington takes movies to another level. So, I mean, I realized from watching this movie that Denzel makes a lot of the characters he play in real life, he makes them look a lot more cooler than they was. You feel me? Like he make everybody seem like they was this and that. So in this one, he's playing Coach Boone, and he comes in and becomes head coach of a school that's pretty much racist. I mean, yeah, it's racist, and there's already a head coach there, but they end up letting the African American coach for the first time there and be the head coach. So Coach Boone talks to Coach Yost, Yost, and have him and talks him into being the assistant coach. Well, the assistant coach, he'll be the head of the defense. So, he didn't like it at first. And to be real, the only reason he did come at first was because to make sure his kids, which is, the white kids, get to play still. So that's basically the reason he came at first. And they end up going far. They end up getting better, going far, and end up winning the title, the high school title and everything like that. So, but before we get to that, let's talk about it some more. I'm going to let Arsheal go ahead and take over. All right?
So, the real Coach Boone was saying that when he met Denzel, he was like, he's not handsome enough to play me. Now, that's what men do sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's Denzel.
Yeah.
That's Denzel.
That's Denzel, right?
So, like you were saying, when he gets these roles, he takes it to a whole different level. Mm-hmm. If this was not Denzel, I don't think it would be as good as it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's obviously being said after we've already seen the movie for like 20, 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, it wouldn't be good with anybody else. But I think that Denzel was the perfect fit. I don't think that, I believe at first, I don't think he wanted the role at first. I don't believe.
Mm.
But he took it, and again, I feel like it was one of those small casts at the time, like the small name cast, except for Denzel.
Yeah.
What's her name was in as his wife?
I know what you're talking about.
It's not Vanessa Williams. It's the
She married to
Boris Kojo.
Boris Kojo, yeah.
His wife was in it. I think she was still she was probably well known back then.
She wasn't, yeah. But you're right, he was the biggest name
on the movie for sure.
Yeah, because Ryan Gosling, that was his first adult role. He played he acted as a kid.
He was on
Disney stuff. And then Hayden Panettiere, that was her first role. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. What about the one that played Julius? I thought he was in, but he wasn't known like that, huh?
No, he was in stuff after that movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that came out in 2000, and I think that's when everything started to come out. Now, I'm blanking.
But the fact that you said that he said that though about Denzel.
Oh yeah.
So in the movie they throw a brick. In real life they throw a toilet into the window. Window. That's crazy. And then they said this is what I mean by Denzel make people look better because they said he didn't have anything. He didn't believe in guns. Denzel went and grabbed a gun and came out and went out there to see what you feel me. That's what I mean when Denzel he can make a character seem way cooler than it was. So he didn't even believe in guns. The real Coach Boone didn't believe in guns. So that happened and it just happened. Denzel character actually came out with a gun, shotgun, ready to hit somebody if they was still standing there. So that was crazy to me that actually happened in a toilet at that. I was like, I see a brick, but I was like, somebody was sitting, had to get out the car, come to your yard, then get enough momentum to throw it into your living room.
There was definitely a group of people.
It had to be a group of people. That is crazy to me. So,
and it probably had some fecal matter.
Yeah, you already know. So that's crazy that happened for real. I thought it was a brick for real, but when they said it was a toilet, I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I think, you know what, Petey, the one that played Petey, he wasn't in a lot either though at first, huh? I mean, everybody remembered him from Clueless.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that came first.
Yeah, that did come first, huh? Yeah. So everybody remembered him from Clueless.
But he had a long stint of playing. I'm a high school kid. Like he was playing high school kid for a long time. Yeah.
Because Clueless came out before, and then he played like this.
Mid-90s, I think.
Dang, you're right. He's playing the kid for a minute. I think the only one thing I remember him not playing the kid in was Scrubs. When he but he was still like a college kid coming in. He was supposed to be one of the new ones coming in. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. So I think for the cast, it was perfect again. Just like because not knowing these ones that much and then having them play these characters, it actually turned out like Julius. He actually seemed like he was Julius. Gary actually seemed like he was Gary. You know what I mean? Like Sunshine, Rev, Louis, Blue. Then Alan, of course, was Ryan Gosling. But I'm be honest though, I'm be real. Ryan Gosling, it came a long way from when I see him acting in this and then acting in the stuff he do now. He
for sure.
You know what I mean? He came a long way. Like and that one he was cool. It wasn't like he was bad or nothing. Like all these people that was in this mug was actually good actors. I mean, Hayden Panettiere kind of took, you know what I mean? She shined in that one. She shined in it too, even though Denzel gonna carry the movie, whatever movie he in. But when it came to her, she actually did a good job.
A great job.
And to be able to go scene with Denzel, that scene where she was sitting at the table with him and going back and forth about I was like, to be able to do that at a young age like that's pretty talented right there. So
she fell off now, but
I know she fell off.
But at that age, definitely like, and I was thinking about this the other day. The childhood stars now aren't on the level that they used to be on.
Man, I think y'all feel.
So it's
you said a lot right there.
So when you go back and you watch these and you see like she's doing a great job in scenes with Denzel.
Yeah.
And it just worked.
Yeah, you're right. Man.
One of the scenes that I liked in the movie, one of the early scenes I liked was when everybody getting ready to go to camp. All the white players going towards one bus, all the black players going towards one bus. And he was looking, he was like, all right. He was like, offense on this bus, defense on this bus. I want a white person and a black person to sit to a seat.
Yeah.
I want you to learn this individual on the way up there. Obviously that didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
But they had to sit there. They had to room together.
That was great.
Great. It's tough when you have like alpha males, or like Julius and Gary Bertier, because they were just like, this is what it is for me. This is what it is for me, and there's no in between.
Yeah.
And it took a while for them to even or like have a real conversation.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Because they started doing 2-a-days, started doing 3-a-day. He was like, look, if y'all don't get it together, we doing all of this.
That was crazy, bro.
And Coach Jones was just sitting back like this ain't cool.
Yep. They didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They didn't see it.
Yeah.
They didn't see the vision.
Yeah.
Until
yeah.
You about to go there?
Yeah, you get it? Yeah.
When he woke everybody up on that run to where what was the war? The Gettysburg.
Yeah, Gettysburg.
War on Gettysburg for the Civil War. He said this is where it took place. Like all these men died here, black and white, and at that point you see what he was trying to do. Like if you didn't see it already, you seen at that point. Like he's like, yes, we got black players and white players on the team, but this is a team, so we gotta come together. And that was one of the biggest things that I think worked. But there was one player that was always, or that was already, what's the word? Like he was, because he had showed up to the first meeting to play. I'm so mad I don't see this yet. I thought I wrote it down. Louis Lastic.
That was his name?
Louis Lastic.
Which one was that one?
The big dude. Yeah, he came and he was like I don't see color like that. And he was like,
that's right.
So that from that point to where they at camp, and he's like, I talked to Rev and our room with
I think it was Blue.
Yeah. And they already had that bond being built.
They did, yeah.
So then Denzel was like, I want everybody to learn their roommate, and then they got to go out and beyond and learn every player on the team of a different race.
Yeah.
And I think that was like one of the biggest things.
It was
in the film.
It was, because now this is one of my favorite scenes. Is I want to know if this is real. So hopefully Denzel or Coach Boone can let us know, because before they was getting on the bus, and Gary and his boys came up and was trying to tell the Coach Boone, this is what we doing. My players gonna do this. This is gonna be having. This is how it's gonna go. And Coach Boone, Denzel looked at him. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, your parents here dropping you off? And he was like, oh, my mama's over there. And he's like, oh, that's your mama over there? He's like, all right, say wave to mama. Say bye to mama. Because when we get on this bus, you ain't going to have no mama. You're going to have a daddy. And he said, who's your daddy?
You know who your daddy is, Gary?
You remember? I was like, bruh, that scene, I was like, bruh, I need to know if this really happened.
If you want to play on my team, tell me who your daddy is.
Yep. Man. And he said it.
He said, you my daddy.
He said it because he wanted to play. Bruh, I want to know if that scene was real, or did Denzel, or did they just do that? You see what I'm saying? Like, did he really do that in front of all those people when he was first got the job to get on that bus? So it was like that scene, though, he needed to happen because, you know, they felt a certain way.
Yeah.
And they would never respected him if he didn't do that. So for him to do that was like, they would either you gonna respect him or you're not gonna play. So he said it straight then. But I think the other scene that I was loving, oh man, I was gonna say when Sunshine came and they was talking about his hair and he threw a dart, and at first he was like, oh yeah, we already got that position filled, And then all of a sudden it was like, I don't know, 50, 60 yards. And he went and hit Gary right in the back of the head with it. And I was like, oh. And they said, oh, we gonna find a position for it. I was like, yeah. Sunshine. Yeah, that was, bruh, when I went back and watched this movie, I'll be honest with y'all, I didn't know Sunshine was that cold. When Rev got hurt and he had to go in.
That first play.
Man, that first play. it shows, man, he cold. And then I didn't pay attention that he was doing so much. Like in all them games that they actually showed them play, he was balling, bro. I was like, that's crazy. I didn't know he was balling like that. He was like the best player on the team.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy. But I think this is like a classic sports film that everybody can go back and watch. We got a couple. It's a couple, but
it's a lot.
But like you said, I don't know. It's hard to see anybody else playing a part because of that, because Denzel, and we've seen it now.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to these movies, should you even make remakes? You know what I mean? Because when I'm thinking about this one,
yeah,
I'm thinking about Coach Carter. I'm thinking about, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about movies like that. Like, is it even necessary to make a remake?
Oh, when it's like true story stuff?
Yeah, true story.
Like I feel like you make it once and
good. Because like once it's done, right? Like you already done seen it, you know what's gonna happen. So I think
because you can't really add anything to it that didn't actually happen. Like there was stuff in this movie that didn't actually happen, but if you were to add more, it would just be like, or you just making the movie just because like the scene that we had talked about where they ran to the Battle of Gettysburg. Yeah, that didn't happen that way. They went on a field trip to it.
Oh, but okay.
For the movie, it was like a thing where we go get up early and we go run to it. Yeah, as a thing like that.
That's right. And it was miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, and they wasn't underdogs for real. They wasn't underdogs for real.
They wasn't, yeah.
I mean, because they was always winning, so they wasn't.
And it was really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because when they
was blowing them out.
Yeah, the title game was 27-0. It wasn't even close. Yeah. And the movie, they had to make it seem like it was close. Man, it was 27-0. So, oh my God, now they were just blowing teams out. I mean, was they the only? Nah, they did say it was still. They said it was still because they had opened it up to African Americans playing football and going to those schools. So they still had other black people on other teams, but I mean, they didn't have that coach. You know what I mean? That coach, I guess, make a difference. Yeah. So they were just blowing teams out still. I'm pretty sure the other ones that had white coaches just still was, feeling a certain way. So they probably wasn't letting certain people play like needed to and everything.
So they was losing.
Yeah, so they was blowing them out. That's crazy. I think now the sad scene, the sad part is what Gary, when he got hit by that truck. But when I read it, they said he went on to win like some is it the Paralympics? I think it's the Paralympics. He ended up going to win a couple medals. Yeah, I think it was shot put or something like that. He ended up winning it. Yeah, so that's pretty cool to see.
But even that didn't. That's not how it actually happened. Like that happened after the championship game. So in real life, he was able to play in the championship game, but then that happened, and then all the stuff like that.
He got in a car accident?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then the crazy thing that just blew my mind, I didn't ever pay attention that he ended up getting hit by a drunk driver. I was like, what the heck? So first he got in a car accident, then he got hit by a drunk driver, and that's what ended it. And I was like, that is crazy to me. I did not know that happened until they put it up on how they put it up on the end of the screen. Yeah. And I was like, wow, bro, that's crazy. That was horrible right there. But it was, all in all, it was a good movie based on true story. But like you said, it got some stuff in there that's not that didn't really happen. Yeah. But it turned out to be a great movie. We could go back and watch it and everything like that. But like I said, it's hard. I don't think you can't even think of nobody to replace the play.
Replace? Nah. Because I feel like the dynamic between Julius and Gary Bertier, like that was just like from them not getting along at all. Yeah. To where they have the conversation where he he was like, look, I'm Gary, you're Julius. Like, we got to get along so then everybody else get along.
Yeah.
And then Julius was like, I'm supposed to put myself out for the team? What team? And he was like, you supposed to be the captain, right? And he was like, why are your white buddies not blocking for red?
Yeah, that was a big
and
one.
Then he was like, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna get mine. And he was like, see, and that's your problem. He was like, attitude reflects leadership, captain. And that's one of my favorite scenes from the movie.
Yeah, that's
like, I was just like, that little thing between them, because after that, then at practice, he was like, okay, now I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he called him out.
Yep. And that changes it too.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
It changed the whole dynamic. I feel like Wood Harris is kind of hard to replace in movies.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't even know where to start. For real.
Yeah, Wood Harris. Yeah. I'll be real. He got a lot of roles that you can't really. Yeah. He played that. You know what I mean? He ain't like known like that. I mean, he's known, but you know what I mean. It ain't like where I feel like he should be, because he's a great actor. It's a lot he done did that nobody else you would see playing that role. So, I don't think I wouldn't even want to replace it either. I think that's pretty much it. And like you said, once it's a true story based on true events and everything like that, I think this is one time and done. But I'm pretty sure a couple years down the road, they're going to probably try to remake one of these. But.
And this movie came out in 2000. So this is one of those things too where I'm like, if stuff really happened, right? Because in the locker room, they was doing Yo Mama jokes. Now, I don't know how far back Yo Mama jokes go, but I don't know if they go back to the 70s or the 60s.
Yeah, I don't know. That's real. I ain't never thought about it.
I don't know. But it was a good scene.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Because all the black players is cracking jokes, and the white players just not used to it. So they was like, oh, what's going on? So then when they break it down for him and they see his jokes, it's comedy. And here come Louis Elastic. He was like, oh, they was like, what's wrong? He was like, I just gave your mama a piggyback ride, and she weighed twice as much as me.
Dang.
He was like,
that was a cold one. That was a good one though.
And Sunshine kissed old boy in that scene too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Sunshine did do that. That's right.
He was trying to prove a point, but I mean, at the same time, I don't know.
I don't know
that point. Cause dude was like, what? And then
yeah, that was crazy.
He was trying to fight him.
Yeah,
he couldn't even hit him though, for real. So that's like,
he was just like,
that was even funnier too. Like,
he couldn't even touch him. But I forgot. One big part too was when Coach Yost was trying to be. Basically, he came to Coach Boone and was telling him like riding them hard, talking about Rev and all them ones, and he was like, they're not gonna listen and this and that, and he was like, you being sensitive toward them ain't gonna help them in the world. He's like, the world don't see them as no football players; they just gonna see them as being black out there. So that was a good one because the coach needs to learn that he can't do that. So then he ended up changing his ways and not babying them, and then. We all know though, Petey was kind of soft because every time somebody yelled at him,
hey, Petey pissed me off.
He did, right?
Petey would have not seen no film. Yeah. He wouldn't have seen that championship game.
Nah,
he wouldn't have seen it.
This dude,
he came out that first scene, D running back. What happened? You can't hold on to the ball.
Yep.
You Mr. Fumble.
Yep.
And then they let you play on defense. And then
one time
he tried to give you some instruction.
Yep.
You don't like it.
You walked off.
Guess what? Guess what? He walked. Guess what? You're not playing for me.
Nope.
You might as well change schools.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing it. Nah. That was crazy.
He did it, and he did it twice. Because he walked off on Coach Boone when Coach Boone was yelling at him in a game, and then Yost went to talk to him and was like, I'm gonna need you to play defense for me. So he got in. I'm like, okay, you got your spot now. But as soon as he get loud with you one time, you walk off. Then before the game start, the champions before the title game, he come out there and he told him and trying to play. After you just walked off.
But luckily for him, Ryan Gosling was trash for real. He couldn't play. He couldn't play man to man.
Yep.
He was slow.
Yep.
I don't know how he was on the team before, but I mean, you know, and he was like, I can't keep up. So the coach was like, if you want him to play, then you go tell him. And he went and told him. So
that's crazy. And he got in the game.
He would have had a clean jersey for that whole game. I'm telling you right now,
man.
But he got the fumble.
He did, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He did. I mean, he made his part. I mean, he did his part. That's real. That's real. That's real. But it's just the way you can't do that. You
can't walk off on the coach like that.
Nah.
When he's trying to explain what needs to be done, and he said it like it wasn't even in like no rude, mean way.
Nah.
So I was just like, man.
But I mean, this is where I like this movie is good for people to watch, even kids nowadays, because it is like that though. When you play, it's always one person that's so sensitive that don't want nobody to tell them nothing. But they good. They just can't take it when somebody tell them, and it's like you got to learn to get over that. You know what I mean? So that's why it's good to have. I know coaches. I'm pretty sure coaches be having their kids watch this.
If you can't be coached, though, then that's
exactly. You can't be coached. That's basically what it is. They just say you can't be coached. So you know what I mean? It was like we said, it's a great film, man. It's hard to. I'm be honest. It's hard when Denzel's in a movie. It's hard. It's gonna be hard to be bad. I think it was only maybe one.
We're not gonna discuss that here.
Yeah.
Because there's probably more than one movie, but it's not his fault that the movie was bad, of course.
Yeah, but this one for sure was great. I mean, it's one of his classics for sure. So, hey,
I might be Coach Boone for Halloween this year. I don't know yet.
Thinking about doing it?
I'm thinking about doing it for school.
That'd be cool
for the school.
Yes, sir. But yeah, hey, this has been another episode of Back in the Days. Hey, follow us. It'll be down. And they're either here or it's going to be over here. You feel me? But don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hey,
comment. In the comment.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what y'all want to see. You know what I mean? Let us know what movie y'all want to see. You want us to talk about. You know what I mean? It might be some movies we might have not even seen.
Yeah.
We'll check it out. And we'll give y'all the honest opinion.
I'll watch it. I'll tell y'all that it's trash. I'm gonna let y'all know for sure.
Yep, because I'll be honest, there's some movies I haven't watched. So let us know a movie y'all want us to watch, and we'll watch it, and we're gonna give you guys our honest opinion on it. All right. So, hey, we out.